let's talk about the perfect pitch. Essentially, each grade level is going to be doing the same thing. They will all be throwing the Velcro covered balls at the dartboard. Okay, but the way they calculate it and the way they actually play the game is going to be a little bit different. So for kindergarten and first grade, they will split the entire class into 2 teams, and each representative from each team will take 2 throws at the dartboard and then calculate their total score before the next representative gets to go. So if the first representative throws their ball, and let's say we hit 90 and 20, okay? So then what we can do for the younger students is we can use the 10 frame mat, which is laminated, so you can write on it with dry erase marker. And we want to model with students how they can use the 10 frames in order to calculate their total score. So let's say I have 90. So at my equation space, I'm going to record that I had a score of 90. Okay, and I'm going to cross off 9 10 frames because each 10 frame is a 10. So I could ask the students, if I have 90 points, how many 10s is 90? So students should recognize that 90 is equal to 9 10s. So I would count 9 10 frames. Okay, my next score was 20. So I'm adding on 20 more points to the 90 that I had. So again, we would discuss how many 10s is 20. It's 2 10s. Okay. So then we can talk about, all right, now what could we do in order to find the total score for, this student? Well, we can count by 10s and count the number of 10s and then convert into the proper quantity, or we can count by 10s. So what that looks like is students may recognize that there are 11 10s, and we can talk about the value of 11 10s being 110. Or students can count by 10s and say 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110 in order to find that the final score for that student is 110. Now, once you've modeled this for students, you can give them the opportunity to use the 10 frame mat in order to calculate their score. But when both students from each team complete this process, the student that has the highest total score earns a point for their team. Now for older students, for 2nd and 3rd grade, each representative will take 3 throws, and you'll want to encourage students to find a way to solve mentally if they can. We can support them with the whiteboards and they can write it out if they need to, but we really want them to start thinking about place value and how they can combine a certain number of 10s and regroup them into hundreds in order to mentally add the values. Same point system works where they total their 3 throws for both individuals from each team, and the partner or the person that has the highest score earns a point for their team. Now the way 4th and 5th grade is a little bit different is that everyone on the team has a chance to throw 1 ball, and then the whole team is responsible for calculating their score. Then the other team does the same thing, and the team with the highest score wins. So for 4th and 5th grade students, you may want to discuss efficiency with them. For example, if their team earned 3 50s, they could, instead of adding 53 times, they can think about 3 groups of 50 and quickly identify that that's 150 points for them. So we can talk about different ways to calculate that total and ways that we can be most efficient when we're mentally solving problems like this.